Good evening, everyone. In today's class, I'm going to cover some important properties from exercise 7.11 of the chapter integrals. This is property 3 and property 4 related question. Property 3, integration of f of x a to b is equals integration a to b f of a plus b minus x, or integration of 0 to a f of x equals integration of 0 to a f of a minus x. This is primarily by substitution method, but we don't need to consider any t or dt here. Simply we can apply this property. These two properties are mainly applicable to trigonometric model questions, so make a note of that. Now, there are a major part of 7.11 exercise is based on this property. Question number 1, integration of cos square x dx 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. Now, consider the given question as I. After using property 4, the x becomes a minus x. What is a? Pi by 2. So integration of cos square x, the x will change to a minus x form, where a is here pi by 2. I'm using property 4. So a is pi by 2. So this will become pi by 2 minus x. Cos square pi by 2 minus x is nothing but cos pi by 2 minus x the whole square. Hence it becomes sine square x. Now after the property, whatever you get, take it as 2, equation 2 or statement 2. Then add 1 and 2. Adding 1 and 2, on the left side I plus I will be 2i. On the right side, common integration with the limit cos square x plus sine square x. Okay. This is x here. Yeah. Cos square x plus sine square x, which is 1. As per trigonometric identity, cos square theta plus sine square theta is 1. So cos square x plus sine square x is 1. So what we have to integrate is only dx here. Integration of dx is x. And then upper limit minus lower limit. You get pi by 2 and bring the 2 down, it's pi by 4. The next question, integrating 0 to pi by 2, root sin x plus root sin x by root sin x plus root cos x. Again, consider the given question as I. Use property 4. All the x terms will become a minus x here. A being pi by 2, this will become pi by 2 minus x. Everywhere, wherever there is x, all will become pi by 2 minus x. And sine of 90 minus theta is cos theta. Cos of 90 minus theta is sine theta. So all sines will become cos and all coses will become sine. So this is what we get after using the property. Now add I plus I to y. Since the denominator is same before the property and after property, numerator will be added up straight away. Hence it get cancelled. So what is left is only dx. Integration of dx is x. Apply the limit. Integration of dx is x. Apply the limit. So we get pi by 2. Then bring the 2 to this side. So I equal to pi by 4. The next two questions, that's question number 3 and question number 4, is also the same model. Even there you get the answer as pi by 4 only. Question number 7, integration in 0 to 1 integration x into 1 minus x to the power of n. Now the problem with this question is, I can't expand 1 minus x to the power of n because I don't know what is n is. Hence, therefore, I cannot multiply the x within this. So that is why we need to get rid of this power from this 1 minus x form. So I'm using property 4 where a is 1 here. So using property 4, I get I equals integration 0 to 1, 1 minus x, 1 minus of 1 minus x to the power of n into dx. So I equals integration of 0 to 1, 1 minus x into 1 minus 1 plus x to the power of n. Plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled dx. So it is I equals integration of 0 to 1, 1 minus x into x power n dx. Now the problem that we initially faced is not here. the power is shifted from to 1 minus x to x power n now. Now I can directly multiply x power n with 1 minus x and integrate them instead of adding I and I. Here, even if you add I and I, nothing will work because nothing will get cancelled since there is no denominator here. So there is no need to do that step which we did in the first three sums. There is no need to add 1 and 2. Proceed integrating this itself. That means whatever the answer that you have developed, after applying property 4, you can integrate that. But before that, just multiply x power n with that. So I equals integration 0 to 1 x power n dx minus integration of x power n plus 1. You multiply since the base are same, power will be added 0 to 1 dx. Now I equals x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 limit 0 to 1 minus integration n plus 2 by n plus 2 0 to 1. Now apply the limit. 1 by n plus 1 is a constant. I take it out. 1 power anything is going to be 1. 0 power anything is 0. Minus n plus 2 is taken out. 1 minus 0. So I equals 1 by n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 2. LCM will be n plus 2 into n plus 1. And we get n plus 2 minus n minus 1. N will get cancelled. We get 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2. Integration of 0 to 2x into root over 2 minus x. Consider that as I. Use property 4. So x becomes 2 minus x. And root over 2 minus of 2 minus x dx. So I equals integration 0 to 2, 2 minus x into root over 2 minus 2 plus x dx. Plus 2 and minus 2 get cancelled. So I equals 0 to 2, 2 minus x into root x dx. So I equals 0 to 2, 2 root x minus x root x dx. So integrating now each term separately. I equals 2 outside, integration of root x dx 0 to 2 minus integration of x power 3 by 2, which is x into root x multiplication 0 to 2 dx. So I equals 2 times x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 0 to 2 minus x power 5 by 2 by 5 by 2 0 to 2. I equals 2 into 2 by 3 into 2 power 3 by 2 minus 0 and then minus 2 by 5 into 2 power 5 by 2 minus 0. So I equals 4 by 3 into 2 power 3 by 2 minus 2 by 5 into 2 power 5 by 2. 2 power 3 by 2 is 2 cube whole root. 2 power 3 by 2 is 2 cube square root. So that means 2 into 2 into 2 root over 2 into 2 into 2. So this will give us 2 root 2. So 4 by 3 into 2 root 2. Similarly, 2 power 5 by 2 is 2 5 times 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 whole root. 2 2's makes 2 square, so which will come out of outside, which will come out of the root. So this will be 4 root 2. So 2 by 5 into 4 root 2. Now simplify this and we'll get the answer. So this is it. When you simplify, you have to take LCM, and after LCM, you get 16 root 2 by 50. Question number 15 and 17 is of same pattern like the previous one. Even here you use property 4, and after you get property 4 you have to add here because there is denominator. So this is not like the previous one, it is just like the first, second sums, third and all. You have to add the terms I plus I to I. And once you add for the 15th one, the numerator becomes 0 and therefore the answer would be 0. Whereas for the 17th one, it get cancelled and therefore you integrate only dx here. So here after cancelling only 1 will be left, and here after everything get cancelled, for the 15th one you get 0. So that is how we do 15 and 16. Whereas for the 21st one, once after you use property, this will become log 4 plus 3 cos x by 4 plus 3 sin x. And then when you add them, it's log a plus log b, which is log a b. And everything get cancelled, so it becomes log 1. And log 1 is 0. So I'll show you how to do the 21st one. Question number 21. Integrating 0 to pi by 2 log 4 plus 3 sin x by 4 plus 3 cos x. So I'm going to consider that as I. Using property 4, all x becomes pi by 2 minus x, and sine of pi by 2 minus x, so sine 90 minus theta is cos x. Cos of pi by 2 minus x is sin x. So this is what we get after we finish applying the property. As there is a denominator, we have to add it with the I, which is the question. So I plus I is 2I equals to log A plus log B. And we know that log A plus log B, log AB. So that means one common log and these two terms will be in multiplication form. You can either split like that or you can use log A by B. You can use log A by B equals log A minus log B. Even this way you can split log 4 plus sin x and 4 by 4 plus 3 cos x using this. Then you'll get 4 terms and all the terms will get cancelled. So I'm using this one. Log A plus log B is log AB. Even here everything get cancelled. We get log 1 and log 1 value is 0. So integrating 0 is going to be 0 only. Hence the answer is 0. 12th question, integration 0 to pi x plus 1 x by 1 plus sin x. So I consider that as I. Use property 5, property 4. Property 4 will get you x as pi minus x. Denominator sin x will also become sin pi minus x. Sin pi minus x is sin 180 minus theta. So that's sin x. So you get sin x here. Now add the one before the property and add the one after the property. So you get 2y equals to this one. X get cancelled, remaining is pi by 1 plus sin x. So now we come to a stage where we have to integrate a function where there is no direct integration. So when you come to a point like this, do refer the exercise that is meant for trigonometry. The third exercise of your textbook is trigonometric integration. Do refer it, you will get some idea about that. So 1 by 1 plus sin x, I'm going to rationalize the denominator. Do remember this only when it is 1 by. Rationalize the denominator, we get 1 minus sin x by 1 minus sin square x. 1 minus sin square x is cos square x. Now distribute the denominator. After you distribute or split the denominator, you come to this term. This term. Everything can be integrated directly now. Secant square x integration is tan x. Tan x sec x integration is sec x. Now apply the limit. For the first one, it's tan pi minus tan 0, both are 0. And then sec pi minus sec 0, sec pi is minus 1. Sec 0 is 1, but there's a minus here, so it's minus 1. So you get minus 2 and minus of minus is plus 2. So 2i equal to 2 pi, so I equal to pi. Then question number 10. Now even here, only property 4 will not be enough to solve the whole question. You need to do a little bit of simplification and then apply property 4. So here the question is 2 log sin x minus sin 2x. I'm writing it as sin square x by sin 2x. Sin square x is remained as it is, sin 2x is 2 sin x cos x. Cancelling a sine term, we get log sine x by 2 cos x. Sine by cos is tan, so log half tan x. Now this is in the form of log AB, which is log A plus log B. Log A plus log B, so log half. Either write log half as log 2 power minus 1 and take it out, or just take it out as log half itself. Then what we need to integrate is only dx, which is x, and you substitute the upper and lower limit. So this will result in pi by 2. Whereas this is log tan x, limit is 0 to pi by 2. So I like to take this as I1 and deal it separately. So I1 is log tan x 0 to pi by 2 integration. Now log tan x, I'm using property 4 here. So far I didn't use the property, I'm using only now. So with this, log tan pi by 2 minus x becomes cot x. And adding I1 plus I1, you get 2I1. And then you get log tan x plus log cot x, which is log tan into cot. Log A plus log B is log AB. So it becomes log tan into cot. Tan into cot is 1. So log 1 is 0. Therefore I1 answer is 0. So I1 is 0. Therefore the answer of I is only this. Either minus pi by 2 into log 2 or pi by 2 into log half. Question number 8. Integration 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus tan x. Using property 4, log 1 plus tan x will become log pi by 4 log 1 plus tan pi by 4 minus x. Now tan pi by 4 minus x is in the form of log a minus b, which is log a minus log b divided by 1 plus, it's tan a minus tan b by 1 plus tan a tan b. Hence, after the LCM, you come to this step, tan x get cancelled. So we get log 2 by 1 plus tan x, which is log a by b form. So that becomes log a minus log b. Now once you split it, you will understand that you're getting the question back. So always this happens sometimes. So whenever this property is used, either you resume the question, so this will be I, so you get a 2I. 2I equals to log 2 dx 0 to pi by 4. Now dx integration is x, upper limit minus lower limit will give you 2I log 2 pi by 4. So answer is I equals pi by 8 into log 2. So with this, I've done all the models covering property 3 and property 4. The rest of the question will have property 4, but it will be applying various other properties also. So that's it for today. Thank you.